Hello guys, welcome back to Homeopathic Trials. Today in this video we are going to learn about the interesting mental as well as the physical action of ammonium carb. This remedy is quite less prescribed and thus it's important to understand this remedy in detail. So without wasting time, let's begin. So Ammon Car is a remedy prepared from ammonium carbonate. The main theme of ammoniums is a deep resentment or a feeling of hatred. And that of carbonates is a vital fear which a person feels when he is left by the person on whom he is dependent or to whom he is very close to. And thus, the main feeling for our today's remedy, that is ammonium carb, is a deep resentment or a hatred which a person develops when he is left or deserted by the person on whom he is dependent or very close to. But through our video, let's try and understand the origin of this feeling and the process which goes on in the mind of ammonium carb patients. So basically, ammon carb individuals are extremely underconfident and timid. ये लोग आपको कभी भी कहीं परफॉर्म करते हुए या किसी पार्टी के सेंटर में या ऐसे कहीं भी लोगों की अटेंशन को खींचते हुए नहीं दिखाई देंगे. Unlike our other remedies like phosphorus, who are always the life of a party and always like to gain attention of people. These people have a thinking that if they come in spotlight, they would be noticed and later they might be face criticism, and thus they prefer to be in background. Because of being underconfident, we see that these people constantly seek for support. So what arises from this timidity is a marked sensitivity. These people are extremely sensitive to criticism. The sensitivity is so high that they not only can tolerate their own criticism but also cannot tolerate the criticism of others. Whenever they are criticized, they start weeping immediately because they do not have any inner capacity to back answer. These people at the same time are very reserved and try to not share their emotions so easily with anyone. This is because this again comes from the fear of criticism. They somewhere feel that the overexpression of their feelings might give people an advantage to criticize them or make fun of them. उन्हें कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा लगता है कि अगर हम अपनी फीलिंग्स को ज़्यादा लोगों के सामने जताएंगे तो लोगों को हमारे बारे में ज़्यादा पता चलेगा और उतने ही हमारे वीकनेसेस बाहर पता चलेंगे तो हमारी ज़्यादा निंदा या आलोचना हो सकती है. But when despite of all their efforts, when someone criticizes them, they start developing a feeling of anger in them. But again, their timidity and lack of confidence does not allow them to react and thus the anger always goes suppressed. And when the anger is suppressed for a long time, it then slowly gets converted to a feeling of deep resentment, yani tivra dvesh. Now these people start brooding over the incidences which creates a constant depressed and a discouraged feeling in them. The brooding is so much that it slowly starts altering their mental faculties where concentrating on anything becomes extremely difficult for them and also might create physical complaints in them. Ammon carb individuals are extremely intolerant to injustice and cannot tolerate when someone does injustice to him or others. But unlike causticum, who would take a stand against injustice, these people suppress their anger and would just develop a feeling of a deep resentment in them. Now, the resentment is so much that they start feeling that the entire society is unjust and that they start developing grudges against the entire society. उन्हें पूरी दुनिया ही बुरी लगने लगती है और पूरी दुनिया के खिलाफ उनके मन में एक प्रकार का चिढ़ या एक प्रकार का द्वेष मन में पैदा होता है. Now this makes a person rebellious, यानी कि वो पूरी दुनिया के खिलाफ जाकर बर्ताव करने लगते हैं and who just kicks against the society and disobeys all the rules of the society. They start becoming unfriendly, abusive, hateful and vindictive. Now let us understand few other important aspects of Ammon carb mind. Ammon carb is also a very important remedy for night talking. This can be attributed to their habit of suppressing their emotions. Whatever they suppress throughout the day comes out through their night talking. Another important aspect of Ammon carb mind is extreme fears of accidents, illness, or of being alone. These people have a lot of anxiety mostly about their health, especially at night, which goes to a level where their sleep gets disturbed. Whatever we have learned about the mind of Ammon carb, the remedy comes very close to nitrum mur. Both the remedies have a lot of similarity in their mental symptoms, like suppression of their emotions, brooding, etc. But the main core of both the remedies is very different. The suppression of emotions which is there in Ammon carb comes from the inner timidity, while that in nitrum mure comes from a desire to maintain their relationships. Also, the deep resentment which is present in Ammon Car is not seen so much in nitrum mure. Now that we have an idea of Ammon Car mind, let's try and understand the action of Ammon Car on physical level also. So Ammon Car as a remedy acts really well on the respiratory system and also on the cardiovascular system. First, let's understand the action of Ammon Car on the respiratory system itself. Now, Ammon Car has a great action on the mucous membranes of the respiratory system and also on the lower respiratory tract. Now, constitutionally, these people have a tendency to catch cold easily. Patients usually have profuse watery coryza, but despite of it, there is stopping of nose, especially at night. Coryza can also be seen accompanied with nosebleed episodes, especially seen while washing his or her face. This is an important keynote which is present in Ammon Car and can be asked as an MCQ in your exams. The coryza of Ammon Car usually begins in nose and later it descends downwards. यानी कि ये इनकी सर्दी जो होती है वो शुरुआत नाक में होती है और उसके बाद ये सर्दी नीचे आती रहती है। यानी कि उनको पहले नाक में सर्दी होगी, फिर उसके बाद शायद उनको थ्रोट में पेन हो और ऐसे करके उनके सिम्टम्स नीचे की ओर बढ़ते रहते हैं। द सिक्रीशंस इन अमोन कार्ब हावेवर आर एक्सट्रीमली फाउल स्मेलिंग, एक्रिड यानी कि तीव्र जलन पैदा करते हैं, एंड ऑल्सो अधेरेंट. Patient presents with continuous urge of sneezing, which is aggravated by open air, cloudy weather, and feels better by eating. It also acts really well in cases of pneumonia, especially when the lower lobe of the lungs are affected. Patient has stitching pain in the right side of the chest, which is aggravated by stooping, by walking, or when rising up in the bed. And patient feels better by lying on his left side. Patient might also present with the heaviness and tightness in chest, especially while walking in the open air. There is a marked weakness which is always present as a strong concomitant which is seen in almost all the cases of pneumonia of Ammon Car. Now let's understand the action of Ammon Car on the cardiovascular system. The timidity which is seen in the mind of Ammon Car also expresses itself in the symptoms of the cardiac complaints. Patient has weak heart with audible palpitation, with fear, cold sweat, and inability to speak. A difficult breathing aggravated by slightest effort, entering in warm room and ascending steps, etc. is an important keynote of Ammon Car. Patient has difficulty in breathing, that is dyspnea with palpitation and loud breathing. Thus, Ammon Car is an excellent remedy for respiratory and cardiac complaints. So now, at the end, let's understand few important keynotes and few important confirmatory symptoms of Ammon Car as a remedy. अमन कार्ब पेशेंट्स आर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली स्टाउट यानी कि थोड़े मोटे होते हैं, नर्वस, फैटी वुमेन हु हैव अ टेंडेंसी टू लीड अ सेडेंटरी लाइफस्टाइल. इनका ज़्यादातर समय बैठने में ही निकल जाता है. द कॉफ ऑफ द पेशेंट इज एग्रेवेटेड एट 3 AM to 4 AM. स्टॉपिंग ऑफ नोज मोस्टली एट नाइट, मस्ट ब्रीथ थ्रू द माउथ इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट की नोट ऑफ अमोन कार्ब. Patient generally has aggravation before menses and at the commencement of the menses. So this was all about Ammon Car. We hope that this video has proven useful to you all in understanding this remedy in detail. If you have liked this video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to share your valuable feedback through the comment section below.